in the L1 is transferred to the effective learning of the L2. That is the assertion. Once you have a minimum threshold in the first language, then it means that you can equally get some benefit from the target language. Now, for the proponents of this theory, they suggest that in the learning of 2 or more languages in a balanced bilingual environment, the learner moves upward through the identifiable levels, crossing 2 distinct thresholds in between the levels. Now, the levels, we have the first threshold, we have the second threshold, and then we have the balanced bilingual. Now, these distinction thresholds in between the levels that you need to go through. We have the competence, we have the function, and then we have the origin. Now, the competence refers to the language. How competent are you in the language? Then the function, referring to the language one uses. How do you use the language? And then the origin, refer to the language one has learned. It refers to, so it is bottom up movement. The threshold is the bottom up movement. Please, I hope you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, madam.
Hello, madam, we can hear you.
Okay, so each threshold is a level of language competence that has consequences for the language learner. The threshold, the first threshold, just a minute, please. Hello, sorry, I had to attend to someone. So let's continue. Now, we are saying that the threshold is a bottom up movement. It is a bottom up movement. And we are saying that the first threshold level is for a child to reach to avoid the negative consequences of bilingualism. The second threshold is a level required to experience the possible positive benefits of bilingualism. And according to this theory, positive cognitive advantages are only achieved when the first and second threshold have been crossed. When the first and second threshold has been crossed. However, critics I said that such a theory limits it limits children that is who children will likely be obtaining cognitive benefits from bilingual. It also suggests that there are children who may derive detrimental consequences from their bilingualism. But I'll give you a sample of it for you to really. I just want you to understand that the threshold theory or the T theory has it that for somebody learning a second language, the person needs to get a minimum threshold in the first language proficiency, and that one will help the person to pass the second language.
Hello, madam. Please, I miss your voice. I can't hear anything. I don't know if it is happening to me alone.
The same problem.
Hello, madam. Please, threshold theory. If you can go over it again, because
Madam has
I'm not.
mute herself. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Or she's not aware.
Sorry. You have talked. So we have the threshold. We have 3 levels. We have the first threshold, the second threshold, and then the balanced bilingual. Now we are saying that competence before and then the T theory or the threshold theory is a bottom up movement. You start from the bottom and then you climb up. And before you be able to learn the second language, you should have some minimum competence in the first language, and that will allow you to be able to get the benefits in learning the second language. So the summary of the threshold theory that I've talked is that in order to get proficiency in L2, you, the learner must also pass a certain basic level of competence in the L1, right? And the second one is that if a learner is able to master the L1 very well to a certain level, he or she will transfer the skills and concepts of the L1 into learning the L2. That's the summary I can give you. I hope you got it. Hello?
No, please, madam, your line is breaking, and so I really didn't get. I only
What
heard
did you
that
get?
it has 3 levels: first, second,
Yes.
and balanced bilingual. It's a
Uh-huh.
bottom up. And then they said
Yes.
learner must, and I can't hear that again. And then what I heard again is that if a learner is able to master, then things were off again. So it's not.
Okay. What I said is that this theory, just as you have said, it has 3 levels. We have the first threshold, the second threshold, and then the balanced bilingual. And I said that it is a bottom up. It is a bottom up movement. And if in order to gain proficiency in L2, the learner must also pass a certain basic level of competence in L1. And then if a learner is able to master the L1 very well to a certain level, that learner will transfer the skills and concepts of the L1 into the learning of the L2. I hope it's clear now.
Yes, madam, you are very clear.
Okay. Then we come to the second theory, which is the linguistic interdependence. That's the second theory.
Hello, madam.
Now, yes.
Hello, madam. Please, when we say it's a bottom up movement, what does that mean? Bottom up.
Are you
need to
talking
get
about the
certain
levels?
fundamental. Yes, I'm talking about the levels. You need to get some fundamentals to be able to learn the second language. If you don't have fundamentals in your L1, it becomes very difficult in learning the L2 because the concept and the skills that you acquire in the L1, that is what it is going to help you, or it is you will use to transfer in learning the L2. So you should start from the minimum. That's why we are saying that it is a bottom up approach, movement or approach. So the first threshold is the down one, is the basic. So when we talk about the first threshold, we are talking about children at their lower level, low level of competence in both languages, and they have a little bit of cognitive disadvantages here and there. But at the first threshold, that is the very low one. Then when you come to the second threshold, that is where it is expected that the the children at a certain age appropriate, they should be age appropriate competence in one, but not the language. That is where the child will be able to acquire some knowledge or some competence in the L1, and then likely it will help the child to be able to move up to the third level, which is the balanced bilingual, using whatever he or she has learned in learning the L2. That is what we are saying, the bottom up approach. So you don't start from the top and then you come down. No. This time round, it is what we start from the fundamentals before you build up to the other levels. All right. So the second theory is the linguistic interdependence. The second theory is the linguistic interdependence. So when it comes to this theory concept, this linguistic interdependence concept, what it means, or what these proponents of this theory are saying, that if you want to learn a second language, there should be some certain knowledge and skills in the first language. And that skills, that knowledge can positively transfer. It can be transferred during the process or learning of the second language. In other words, this theory is saying that in learning of two languages, that is both L1 and L2, they boost each other in the learner's language acquisition. So if you have the L1 and you are learning both languages, these two help each other. The L1 will help you to learn the L2. Likewise, the L2 too will give you some certain help. Now, the import of the linguistic interdependence is that the L1 structures a language learner. Develops proud to L2 exposure at the school, predict future L2 learning outcomes. What they are saying, that when a child is able to use L1 to represent thoughts and ideas, then these L1 skills could predict L2 language and literacy success or achievement. Now, they also consider linguistics as a symbiotic or semiotic relationship between language use varies by context and focus, and thus may serve to promote linguistic awareness and literacy development from a multilingual perspective. Uh, perspective. What is saying that even though this cross-language benefit is stronger in languages that share linguistic features, so this theory linguistics is that the two languages help each other so that you become competent in both of them. But the two languages will be able to do that when they share linguistic features. When they share linguistic features. All right. Then we have the third one, which is the common underlining proficiency. Common underlining proficiency. In short, we call it CAP. CAP, C-U-P. CAP, C-U-P. Common underlining proficiency. Now, CAP, or the common underlying proficiency, is when a person is learning more than one language. When a person is learning more than one language, the knowledge and ability that he or she acquires in one language are potentially available for the development of another language. It says when a person is learning more than one language, when a person is learning more than one language, the knowledge and abilities that the child acquires in one language are potentially available for the development of another language. Now, the CAP model suggests that in learning more than one language, the languages operate from the same central operating system, with the first language providing the basis or the base for operating system. I hope you are getting it. I've stopped plenty. Are we okay?
Then play the second,
Yes,
the
madam.
last one. Getting it well.
The what?
The last one.
The CAP. Are you talking about the CAP? Jennifer, your hand is up.
Yes, mommy, please, could you please throw more light on the linguistic interdependence? Thank you very much. I didn't get that one yet.
Hey, Mama make us so. We are so about, but I'll try.
Madam, online now.
The linguistic.
Online na stable.
I asked them.
Sometimes it comes and go back.
Sorry. I'm saying that the linguistic interdependence, you are learning a language. This theory is saying that in learning a second language, you need to get certain knowledge and skills in the first language. And those skills and knowledge, you can positively, not negatively, positively transfer during the process of learning the second language. What they are saying is that when a child is able to use the L1 to represent conceptual understanding and is able to continuously manipulate language to represent thoughts and ideas, then these L1 skills could predict L2 language and literacy success or literacy achievement. That's what the linguistic interdependence is saying. So if a child is able to represent conceptual understanding, then it means continue to manipulate it. Then that child will be able to use those things or those ideas to achieve linguistic to achieve literacy success in L2. That is about the linguistic interdependence. Then I came to the third one, telling you about the CAP, common underlying proficiency, where I said that with this particular theory, when a learner is learning more than one language, CAP is dealing with two languages. When a learner is learning more than one language, the knowledge and skill. Shirley, what is it?
Madam, please, sorry, it's a mistake.
Okay. The CAP, or the common underlying proficiency theory, is stating that when a child is learning more than one language, the knowledge and abilities that the child acquires in one language are potentially available for the development of another language. So, the CAP model suggests that in learning more than one language, the language operates from the same central system. Language, we have a system in the mind where language operates from. So these two languages that you are learning, or a learner is learning, is operating from the same place. And so the knowledge you gain, that knowledge and skills that you gain in one language will definitely be there. It will be available so that it will help you to develop another language at the same time, because they are all operating from the same place or the same central operating system. So on the surface, it may seem like the language operates individually. On the surface, as you are, somebody is there and the person is learning the language or languages, you will think that they are all operating individually. No, but they are operating from the same place. And because of the knowledge and skills that the learner has acquired, which is available, it's not like it is there, it will be how do I even put it? Somehow, somewhere, I don't know. But the thing is, they're all moving at the same time. The learning of the languages, they're all moving at the same time because they're all operating, or they're all functioning through the same central system. They're all operating through the same central. And this support the assumption that bilingualism is not double monolingualism. Bilingualism is not double monolingualism. They are all doing the same thing at the same time. So if this theory is saying that if a learner has already learned a language, usually their native language or mother tongue, they are ready equipped to learn a second language. They are ready to learn. Is on the same level. There is nothing like there should be first level. So no. This one, both of them operate on the same level because they are learning it at the same time. They are learning it at the same time. So in summary, we will say that irrespective of the language in which a person is operating, the thoughts that accompany speaking, listening, reading, and writing come from the same central system. So when a person knows or learns two or more languages, there is one integrated source of thoughts. They're all coming from the same place. It's not like this is coming from this way and this. No. They're all operating from the same place. And people can also function in two or more languages with relative case. So information processing skills and educational attainment may be developed through two languages as well as through one language. That is about that. Then we have the fourth one, which is the bilingual bootstrapping. Bilingual bootstrapping. Bilingual bootstrapping. Any problem? Any problem, please?
The Bilingualism, I didn't get it.
What is bilingual? We are done with bilingualism. We are not dealing with bilingualism today. We are not dealing with bilingualism last week. Today we are not doing bilingualism. We are doing theory. So I don't know which one we are talking about, please. Please, can you clarify for us? Because we are not doing bilingualism. We've done that last week.
You said balance bilingual. See balance, yes.
That is the first theory that we have finished talking about it. I should go back, please. I can. The theory that we've done, and then we are on the last theory. We are doing 4 theories. We are on the last theory. I should go back to the first theory. Hey, Madam Ale, why? What have I done? Or you just join? This is the first theory I've explained over and over and over and over again. We've done the second theory, we've done the third theory, and then we are on the last theory. So I should go back to the first theory. Madam Dora, what is the problem? Hello, is somebody there to respond to me? Or I should continue?
Yes, please continue.
So the last theory we want to discuss is last but one. Then we look at the some of the activities that we can use under each of these theories. So we have the bilingual bootstrapping, where we are talking of the bilingual bootstrapping is also a theory. Now the theories that we are talking about here, we have the threshold theory, we have the language interdependence theory, we have the common underlining theory, also known as the CAP. Then we have the bilingual bootstrapping theory. Now, the bilingual bootstrapping theory, this one shows the efficacy of mother tongue-based bilingual medium of instruction in the learning of a second language. Now, this concept, this theory has it that bilingual learners, language development in the second or the foreign language can be advanced by the learner's first language. And as time goes on, the two languages can be fostering the advancement of each other. What is it? I'm repeating what this theory is saying again. This concept or this theory it has it that bilingual learners, when we talk about bilingual, because I've explained it already. Bilingual is reading, speaking two languages. Biliteracy is writing and speaking. So bilingual reading, speaking two languages. So bilingual learners' language development in the second or foreign language can be advanced by the learner's first language. And as time goes on, the two languages can be fostering the advancement of each other. The two languages can be fostering the advancement of each other. So what the theory is saying that in learning two languages, each language benefit from each other to foster their acquisition process. The two languages, they benefit from each other, and in the benefits, they also foster their acquisition process. So, in other words, we can say that bilingual bootstrapping we can have it as a situation where bilingual children temporarily pull their language across languages in their language learning process. That is about the bilingual bootstrapping. Then we have another theory, which we call it BICS, B-I-C-S, BICS. The full meaning of BICS, B-I-C-S, is basic interpersonal communication skills. Basic interpersonal communication skills. Now, the basic interpersonal communication skills, sometimes it is referred to as playground language. It is sometimes referred to as playground language. Some also refer to it as everyday language. You can have others also have it saying their social language. Some also say that they are contextualized language or surface fluency. So we have playground language. We have the everyday language. We have the social language. We have the contextualized language or the surface fluency. Now, as the name implies, it says basic. If I yes, let's hear you.
Hello, madam. Please, you said we are having four of the theories that support the mother tongue bilingual, but you've added the fifth one, and I want to know whether it's part or is different topic.
Okay. All right. What I said was that we have the four theoretical principles that support the mother tongue based bilingual medium of instruction. We have the threshold theory. We have the language interdependence theory. We have common underlying proficiency. We have bilingual bootstrapping. These are all members. These two, they are these, and I'm trying to add it up. In case you miss it, then you know. But in dealing with these, you always see these ones running through them. These two, they run through them. The first one is the BICS. Then the second one that we'll talk about, we call it CAP. CAP. This also supports, and they have come up seriously these days. And we have even introduced people who are using it. So I want us to go through it so that you wouldn't say that this one, Madam did not mention it. So add it. But we have done the first four, and these two have come up. And I want you to have it. I hope it's clear.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So the two, we have the basic interpersonal communication skills. And then the second one is cognitive academic language proficiency. So now we are dealing with the BICS, which is the basic interpersonal communication skills. And I said that it can also be referred to as playground language, everyday language, social language, contextualized language or surface fluency. Now, as the name implies, what is that is the kind of language used in face-to-face communication or in interaction. Is the kind of language used in face-to-face communication or an interaction. That is the language needed for social interaction. The language that you use for social interaction with your peers. So, due to its nature, language learners acquire this aspect of language learning easier and faster. Learners, they will have to get a language when they go out to play. On the playground, there are certain languages they use. There are certain languages they use when they want to communicate with their peers. That is what we are saying. This language, they acquire very easy and very fast. So it's for the bits is the language necessary for day-to-day interaction context, that is including conversation with friends, conversations with families. Okay, so this is the level of a language that a person has when communicating in everyday life or classroom situation, and is used particularly in informal communication, like chatting with your friends, expressing personal feeling, asking or ordering for food. So normally you could see some social greetings as hello, goodbye, thank you, like I'm angry. Instead of saying I am, you say I'm angry, I'm thirsty, okay, I'm going home. These are some of the examples that we can. And in the classroom situation like this, the BICS, you see that we use it for understanding basic written exercises. Basic written exercises. And then 2, we use nonverbal communication as well. Understanding and using nonverbal communication in the classroom. And then the third one as an understanding and using simple and short text. Understanding and using simple and short text. So in schools, for instance, BICS is usually used outside the classroom activities, such as during playtime, during sports. Ample Joseph, what is it?
Yes, madam.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Can you please say that they are the informal ones?
Yes, I
Like the
mentioned it.
example that you are giving. Okay. Then I
I
wasn't
mentioned.
around. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So that the language we use with our friends when we are chatting. But at the same time, in the classroom, you can still use it in the class when we have a situations where it can be used. So we have some key elements of BICS. We have the context rich. We have the cognitively undemanding. We have it takes 2 to 5 years to acquire or learn. And then BICS often refers to the acquisition of speaking and listening skills of language and that stage. So then we come to the second one, which is the CALP, C-A-L-P, CALP. And the full meaning is the cognitive academic language proficiency. Cognitive academic language proficiency. Now this one too, the CAP can also be referred to as academic language or school language or the language of academic deconstructionalized situations. Now, as the name implies, listen to the name, cognitive academic language proficiency. So, as the name implies, is the knowledge and skills a learner or a language learner needs to perform academic tasks in the said language. So it is the knowledge and skills that a language learner needs to perform academic. You need it to perform academic tasks in the said language. That is, the CAP is necessary. It's a necessary language proficiency needed to understand and discuss content in the classroom or at other academic environment. So, the language learner needs the CAP skills for inferring, for classifying, for comparing, for evaluating, for synthesizing, for content subject. So the CAP is the language abilities learners need to possess for school or academic tasks. So you could see the difference. The basis for that is interpersonal thing, right? Basic interpersonal communication skills. So you use it for normal out of the classroom, and sometimes even if you are using it in the classroom, just to understand some basic written exercises or some non-verbal communication as well. But when it comes to the cognitive academic language proficiency, this one you need it for academic language. It is referred to the academic language. This is what you need. The abilities, the language abilities that you need to possess for school or for academic tasks. So to be able to succeed in school depends on their for a learner to be able to succeed in school depends on their level of the CAP. So the CAP describes the kind of language needed to learn new information, think in more abstract ways, and out more cognitively demanding communication tasks. Those skills, it becomes difficult for you to be able to achieve academic success. Please, are we all on course? Please, are we all on course?
Yes, madam.
Okay. If that is the case, then now with the examples of the use of CAP may include writing an essay. When you want to write an essay, you need the CAP to be able to write the essay. When you want to reading content area textbooks, you need CAP. And then understanding scientific concepts, you will need CAP. So when we talk about CAP, we say that it is to be the learner's ability to read, write, and communicate on a level effective enough to succeed in their academic pursuits. So, foreign language learners' abilities and skills in the CAP are often required in classroom in order to understand the contextualized tasks. So, due to the complex and abstract nature of the CAP, language learners need more years, that is between 5 to 7 years in the acquisition process to become efficient and competent users of the target language. So there are some key elements of CAP. We have the context reduced. We have cognitively demanding. Then we have it takes 5 to 7 years to acquire. And CAP is used with all language skills. To be able to do this effectively, CAP instructional activities should address 3 components. That is 3 Now, the cognitive instruction should be authentic and should be cognitively challenging. Activities should require students to use higher order thinking abilities rather than low level memorization and application. Then when it comes to the academic, that is academic content, should be integrated with language instruction. Language, that is teachers should embed the development of critical language awareness in instruction. They, that is teachers, you teachers should adapt strategies that encourage students to compare and contrast languages. Compare and contrast their languages, that is phonics, conventions, grammar, etc. Through peer, you can do that through small group assessments with justifications. And then teachers should provide L2 learners with extensive opportunities to carry out projects investigating their own language and that of the L2. Now the question is, if that is the case, then we are teaching learners to learn a language, what activities that we can take our learners through so that it's activities that will enrich both the BICS, that is the basic interpersonal, and then the cognitive academic. Now, let's first look at the difference between the BICS and then the CAP. When we are done with the difference, then we will look at the activities that we can take them through. Now, the difference is that, 1, the BICS include paralinguistics cues and share experiences, interests, and motivation that the language speak community has. Whereas the CAP goes beyond this to include language for purely academic work. Then another difference is that in language learning, the BICS is usually acquired earlier and faster than the CAP. Language learning, the BICS is usually acquired earlier and faster than the CAP. Now, studies show that 6-year-old children can understand virtually everything that is likely to be said to them in everyday social context, and she can also use it effectively in context. However, she would have difficulty using the same language for abstract school texts. Now, this indicates that more time is needed for the learner for the learning of the academic language proficiency. So, a learner that has acquired basic intercommunication could typically speak that L2 language fluently, but this type of ability is not necessarily a sign for abilities in CAP. So you realize that you have children who can rattle in the English language very well. But when it comes to academic work, they find themselves wanting. When it comes to academic work, they have a lot of challenges. They are not able to, but when you ask them to rattle, they can easily rattle it for you. That is, so once the person has been able to acquire, that doesn't mean that the person has acquired the basic interpersonal uh, communication skills. Then it means that the person has the ability for the interpersonal communication skills.
Hello.
Let's yes. Please let me hear you. Let's hear you, please.
This one is because of the network, so I didn't hear anything.
We can't hear you. Then that will be your end.
Please, madam, we can continue.
Because mine is full.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Please, madam, continue.
Atiko, Anna.
Hey, thank you.
Baby, ati.
Hmm.
He's the reps. Prompted.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Please, if I say hello and you don't say anything, then you want me. I don't know what is happening. Eh? Then I will continue, and then one will come inside and say
Madam, we
anything.
can
I have to
hardly hear
discipline
you.
myself.
Madam, we can't hear you.
Because of the network. We could hardly hear you because of the network, madam.
So I have to go and start all over again. Is that what you're saying?
No,
No,
please.
madam.
Please, you were
You can
discussing the
continue. You can
differences.
continue from the example. You said you gave the reason why somebody can communicate well, rattle the local
So
and the
where
language,
exactly
but
did
when
you
it
get
comes to
to?
academic work,
EM?
that person find difficult to exhibit. That's where the network started going. You went, then you came back, and we could not hear from you. That's why. So please, you came in. You can continue from that.
Continue from where? I didn't hear you.
When a
Madam,
child, you
please.
can see that a child is having the basic communication skills, yet struggle in academic work. That's why you said you gave an example that you can see that a child can rattle the language very well, but when it comes to writing with academic work, that child struggle to do it. That's where you ended. That we did not hear from you, so you can continue from that point.
Look at it to acquire, to be able to acquire, or to be able to acquire the language. I've told you we have the BICS and then the CAP. The BICS stand for the basic interpersonal communication skills, and then the second one is the academic skill. The one they will need for academic, and then the one they will use for their own skills. Okay, so when we come to the activities to foster BICS, the first one we can talk about is the body work and share. Body work and share. It is an activity, and this activity will help learners to acquire BICS. It will foster them in BICS. So, body work and share. Now, in this activity, what you do is that after the introduction of the substrand, we know substrand, right? We know substrand. We know substrand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, madam.
So after introducing it, you encourage learners to be in pairs for the discussion. So that is, you pair learners, they walk around in pairs, having a discussion on a given topic. So we have the body work share. So the body, that is the pairing of the two students, and then work, that is they work in pairs, and then they share, and then they share on a given topic. Now, in doing this, you give ample time for the learners to think, discuss, and present their opinions in the L1 and the L2. You don't rush them. They need to think. You give them ample time to think, discuss, and then present their opinions in L2. So some activities that you can do when it comes to body work and share, we can talk about action and giving directions. We can talk of animals. We can talk of buying from shop, exchanging pleasantries, that is leaving and returning from school, good early morning classroom interactions, all these things are enough. So thanking others, saying sorry, solve of one item description. Please think pressure will come there. Yeah, you people and think pressure. Yo, I hear you. So we have another activity. These activities that I mentioned, they are for BICS. BICS. So we have the body work share. We can have the name cycle. Take notes. There are many. So the ones that you think you don't know, then we'll see what we can do. The name cycle. We have the desert island or the wildest wilderness and survival activity. We have the picture of flash card charade. We have the word of phrase charade. We have comic strip descriptions. We have true truth one lie. We have true or false storytelling. We have meet my friend. We have impromptu speaking. We have the never game. These activities are activities that you can take learners through to acquire books. Is there any that you heard that you think that I'll have to throw more light on? Like, so I'm thinking that you got all of it and you understand all of it. So if that is the case, nobody should come back to tell me that you don't, because I've asked you, I've paused for some time. Nobody is
Hello,
telling me.
madam.
Yes.
Madam, please, my name is Joy. I want to know if these activities work for both bigs and the cow.
I told you that the activities I've mentioned works for big, not cap. I'm now coming to cap.
Okay, thank you.
Any other concern? Any other concern? Okay, so we should move to cap. I'm moving, Jennifer. I'm moving to cap. Are you okay?
Yes, please.
People, you are making me talk a lot.
Hello, madam.
Slide.
Madam.
You are not paying it.
Do
Yes.
you know
Yes, I
something?
can hear
Online
you.
is not helping us at all. Sometimes it comes and then before you realize it
But me, I can hear you
but
clearly.
I think it's coming from your place. Sometimes you can hear part of it and then a part of it will go off for some time, then it comes back again. So in fact I personally am not getting most of the things
And
that you are saying.
I'm using the same place as I've been using. I've not changed my location. But at least you need to prompt me. If you don't tell me anything, you keep quiet, I'll keep on talking. And it becomes very frustrating when you ask me to go back, because the things are many. If You don't want to talk. At least tell me I should go back. It becomes frustrating for me.
Madam,
And
please,
today is
I'm
giving
not saying you
me
should go back, but all that I'm saying is to
oh no, I'm
position
not saying
yourself.
that, but what I'm saying is that if you cannot hear, quickly let me know. You don't wait till I ask the question before you tell me that you can't hear. That is my concern. I hope you got what I said.
Yes, please.
Osman, today I've not heard your voice. It means that you are not paying attention today.
Madam, I'm here, pa. I'm listening. It's just that sometimes the network goes off.
And where is Michael?
Madam Mike, I'm here, please.
I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing from you.
Madam, I'm here. Your network is not helping me at all. That is why you're not hearing from me.
So if I'm not asked, you not tell me. Me too, I'll be thinking that you can hear me, right?
I think it is okay now. Yeah, it's okay now. So if you can continue.
Okay, so we are now going to look at the activities that we can use for the CAP. I'm going to mention it. And if you have any, so take note. If there is any you think that I have to explain further, then you let me know because there are many. So activities that can be used to foster CAP, that is the cognitive academic language proficiency. The first one is alphabet hunt. Alphabet hunt. We have the pick from a cup. Pick from the cup. We have verb in a bag. Verb in a bag. We have sentence creation. We have adjective descriptions. We have storytelling activity. We have language experience approach. We have group story writing. We have verbal tennis. Verbal tennis. We have make words, doctor reading, Simeon says spell, apple pass, blindfold guess. These are all activities under CAP. Is there any of them that I have not come across? Don't tell me all of it.
Madam,
Is
you
there
said something
any of
like
them?
doctor reading.
Yes.
Please, how is it done?
I said doctor reading.
Please throw more light on it.
Now, the doctor reading, this is how you go about it when it comes to doctor reading. What you need to do is that you provide your learner or your learners many sticker notes. You know sticker notes. We have been using it.
Yes, please. Madam, I could hardly hear you.
You provide many sticker notes and tell your learners to write. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
madam.
Yes?
Hello, madam.
Hi.
Yes. Can you
We
hear
are
me?
listening, madam.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
madam.
You said with the doctor reading, this is how you can do it. What I said is that you will need sticker notes, you will need doctor toys, you will need pen. Now, this is how you can go about it. Now, your learners, you provide them with many sticker notes, and then you tell them to write the names of several body parts. And then you know the body parts. By then, you should have taught them the body parts before you ask them to write. So when they are done, you place all the notes facing upside down on a table so your learner can pick them up with ease. So you let them face it down. You place the note facing upwards on the table. Now acquaint your child with the body parts corresponding to the names written on the notes. So you tell your child to become a doctor and you act as a patient. So choose one of the sticker notes without picking it and act as if the particular body part hits you. When you are done, you tell the child to locate the body parts, find the notes and place it on the correct area of your body. Then you pretend that your another part or body part is suffering the pain and repeat the activity till all the sticker notes are gone. So you get it. They have written all.
Okay. Madam, I am jealous. I want teacher reading too.
The they do that. Your ear, your hand, your with honest. That is Dr. I hope you got it.
Yeah,
I hope
but
you
I've
got
gotten
it.
it. Is it because of the part of the it involved the part of the body?
Okay.
So please, I want teacher reading too.
No, what?
Teacher
What do you
reading.
want?
Teacher reading.
I didn't say teacher reading. No, I've not said anything like teacher reading.
Yeah, I'm saying I am jealous. So I also want teacher reading. You're able to get doctor reading, so I want teacher reading.
So you can create it for me. What does the teacher do? So you can give them all that you need to do, that they should learn the vocabulary. So that when they are done, they write it. You let them do it. Just paste it to where they are. Right? So if a teacher is reading, then we should know. If a teacher is writing, then we should. So they'll go and paste it. Right? Hello?
Sure.
Hello?
Yes.
Are we okay? Are we okay?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam, we are okay.
Okay. All right. So there are no what is it? Any of the activities that you want me to go to, you understand all of them.
Hey, Jay. Mauli didn't draw soon.
Hey, madam. I'm Bruno. Oh, Bruno will add it. Okay, so we have the benefits of mother tongue based bilingual medium of instruction in multilingual societies. We have some academic benefits of bilingualism, some academic benefits. So, what will be some of the academic benefits of the bilingualism or mother tongue based bilingual medium of instruction? Yes, this one, let's discuss it. Shop, then we'll move.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I believe you can't hear anything.
Yes, so
I'm also having the same problem here.
even with the doctor reading, I didn't hear.
Same here. Same here. I also cannot hear
It is the
anything.
network. It's the network.
I was even thinking it was my data, but I bought another data, but still same thing.
From madam's end. The problem is from madam's end.
Hello, class.
Bokrana Merwa, Muslim Buku speak.
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
Hello, class.
Your network went off. Oh.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Hello, madam.
I don't know what's happened. Okay, I said let's discuss some of the benefits like Ghana. This one we are discussing it. So just share your ideas. If you are ready, you lift up your hand and you share the benefits of mother tongue based bilingual medium of instruction in multilingual societies. Mm-hmm.
Madam, please, is it on the side
Waiting.
of the facilitator or the people?
Every side I want to talk about. That's why I've made it open. We are sharing ideas. Yes. Let me be a bit specific. Let's put it into two perspectives. Let's look at the academic benefits, and then when we are done, then we look at the social benefits. The academic benefits and then the social benefits. Let's do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the academic benefits. It will enhance understanding.
If Joseph is not, let's say,
Yeah,
okay, you want me to look at
because
that?
when a teacher, when the facilitator is using
Okay.
maybe English to explain things, and he find out that understanding of the lesson, they will get the content very well.
Okay.
When the facilitator is explaining things, yeah, when he or she find out that they are not getting the English that is using, he might switch to the other language, use the other language to supplement, to let them get it more. He might even ask them, do you understand this? Maybe the word that you think it might be difficult for them to understand, he or she might say it in their local language, or let them explain it in the local language. When he find out that they understand it, then he link with the language that he's using to facilitate. So it will help them to understand and get the
All
content
right.
very well.
Okay. Osman, let's hear you.
Hello, madam.
Osman,
Yes,
let's
I
hear
would
you.
say it helps in transfer
Yes.
of knowledge. especially from the L1 to the L2.
Okay.
Yes, that is why.
Okay. All right. Millicent. When Millicent is done, Eva, you continue.
Thank you, madam. It will help create a conducive learning environment for learners to participate fully, since the language is conducive for them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Eva, I said you should continue. Eva. Eva, your hand was up. So if Eva
Madam,
is
I've talked though. I've talked.
not ready,
Please, madam, we can't hear you. The
I
network.
think I saw somebody's hand. Who is she? Billy. I said Millicent.
Yes. So I was saying that it also enhances. Yes, madam. Please, I said it also enhances critical thinking and creativity.
Millicent is
Yes,
talking.
madam. Please, madam, I said it also enhances critical thinking and creativity, in the sense that when the child is about to use the L1, it helps the child to express him or herself more in complex ideas, and also ask questions,
Okay.
and engage in
Now,
problem solving.
we
Transfer
all
of
that
knowledge
we
becomes.
oh, I think that I don't know whether you have my notes with you, but they're all very good and very strong point. Point of academic benefit. What about the social benefit? What about the social benefits when we have done that? I'll prompt you on certain things so that you take note of. What about the social benefits? Please, let's discuss the social benefits. Yes. Yeah, Millicent, your hand is up again. Let's hear you. Millicent, your hand is up. Let's hear you.
Okay, madam. I would say it also helps. Madam, I would say it also helps in social inclusion and equity in the schools, in the sense that when children are able to speak the L1 as well as the L2, when they meet in the community and they are dialoguing with the community, the people in the community, it helps them to understand more. So whatever goes on in the school, the society doesn't feel that they are out of it, but they feel that they are also included.
Okay. Any other person? Thank you, Millicent. Yes, Joseph, let's hear you.
Maybe if they find out engaging themselves in buying and selling, they can do that evenly, because people sometimes are going to buy something, an item, and they do not understand the language supposed to use. It become a problem. So since they can use these two languages, or then they don't have any barrier in terms of buying and selling to help them easily.
Okay. All right. Millicent, your hand is still up. Or you
Yes,
still have
madam.
more to add?
We can we can also say that it boosts the learner's confidence, in the sense that when the child goes to the classroom and realizes that his or her mother tongue is being learned in the school, when the child comes out of the school system and is speaking the language, the child doesn't feel ashamed or something, but it rather boosts his confidence, whereby also helps him express himself more. Thank you.
So from what you are saying, I can add to it that, or we can sum it up that the bilingual support learners to maintain strong ties with their extended family members, their culture, and the community as a whole. That is your explanation. What you explained, that is the import of the whole thing. They don't forget about their culture. They don't forget about their extended family. They have strong ties because they know that the school culture and the home culture are. We don't throw one away and take the other. They become a community. Whatever they learn in the school, they are able to apply them outside the school, and what they learn from their communities or outside the school, they bring it to school too for more explanations and for other people to also learn from them. Emmanuel, Emmanuel, you are out. Okay, I thought you wanted to say something. All right. So we continue. Bernard, yes, let's hear.
What I want to add is it also builds the sense of inclusivity and frowns upon discrimination.
Very good. Very good. So it bridges the gap between the home and the school culture, and then social emotional instruction. Just as you are saying, no discrimination whatsoever. So people are trained both emotionally and cognitively. No, say that my language. And I heard, if I'm correct, someone's talking about the global market. So that when I go outside the school, because I've acquired certain vocabularies from other languages, when I go outside the school, I'll be able to communicate with people to buy and sell. That is about the social community. Wow, appreciate other. We are moving on. We are moving on. I want us to do a little bit of some, some history. I want us to do a little bit of some how do we call it? Uh, mm, some history. Some history. Not that much. Not that much. So that you can add it up. Are we reading again, please? Are we meeting again?
No,
Are we
madam, I
meeting
think
again?
today is the last
We
day.
can meet.
We can.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so let's look at the historical overview of language policies in Ghana. Where are we coming from and where are we? Now I want to do pre-colonial. Then we have we look at the early missionaries, what they also brought about. Then after independence, pre-independence, post, and then we look at the parties that have come to power and the how do you even call it? And the language policies they came up with. Then afterwards, we'll look at some of the some mother tongue medium of instruction intervention have come to or Ghana has used before. All right, so now let's start with the history. The history, I just want you to know, I will not dwell too much on it, but at least get some of them. Get some dates. Get some dates. So get the dates right. Okay. Get the dates. I want you to take note of the dates. The dates, they are very, very, very important to me. The dates are very, 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 very important to me. Take note of the dates. Now let's start with the pre-colonial era. Pre-colonial era. Now, Ghana was formerly, it was called Gold Coast. And multilingualism that we see in the country today, we date it back to Gold Coast. We date it back to Gold Coast. And through communities exchange, we adapted different cultures and then some activities along the way spread the languages. Now, all these speech communities have their way of educating their children. All these communities have their way of educating their children. Then the Gold Coasters have their own traditional system of education. And this kind of education is what we now refer, or it's what is referred to as informal education or traditional education. Informal education or traditional education. This informal education transmitted the trade, customs, traditions, values, and worldview of the community members. Now, their traditional education, the structure of the traditional education were observed. Listen to the arrangement. The structure of the traditional education were observation, imitation, and participation. The structure was observation, imitation, and participation. It is a hands-on type of education. And in this type of education, every adult serves as a teacher and a role model in addition to the trainer. Every adult serves as a teacher and a role model when it comes to the traditional education. Now, the convex language used during the era or during this pre-colonial era was strictly L1 or mother tongue. It was strictly L1 or mother tongue. It was strictly L1 or mother tongue. Therefore, the heritage language or the familiar language was used as a medium of instruction. It was used as medium of instruction. It was used as medium of instruction. And we have, this was built on some key concepts. The key concepts we have the apprenticeship, guided participation. Thank you. Guided participation and participatory a proportion. All right. I'm just giving you the salient point, and then you take note of it. So that was about the pre-colonial. Then let's come to the language policy used by the early missionaries. Please, I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the language policy used by the early missionaries. The early missionaries. When we talk about the early missionaries, we are talking about the various churches. Let me put it that way. The various churches that came and the type of language policies they were using when they came around. Remember that initially it was mother tongue based. It was mother tongue based, and it was being done. The structure was you participate, you observe, you imitate. So observation, imitation, and participation. Observation, imitation, and participation. That was it. Then we came to the missionaries. When the missionaries came, we were still in Gold Coast. The name was still Gold Coast. The name was still Gold Coast. Now, let's see. The first one to talk about is the Catholic mission. The Catholic mission. They were the first missionaries to come to Gold Coast or the Ghana, Gold Coast. And they came in 1529. They came in 1529. And when they came, they settled in Elmina. They came in 1529. And they settled in Elmina. They settled in Elmina. Now the Catholic mission were met with hostility. They were met with the hostility by the people in their catchment area. So those who survived returned to their country of origin. Why were they hostile? Why were the Elmina people, or where they settled? Why were they hostile to them? Because of the language barrier. Now they are not speaking the same language. They are not having the same color. So what next? You don't understand me. I don't understand you. So what do you want? So they returned back to their country. They came back in 1880 and they settled in the northern Ghana. In the northern Ghana of Volta, not in the northern region. The northern part of Volta. The northern part of Volta. And then when they came, because of the lessons they received or they learned from their first visit, when they came, what they did, they came because they had then come to the southern part of Ghana. They were able to reduce their languages into writing. So the Catholic missionaries reduced some of the languages in their catchment areas into writing. And the languages they reduce, we have the Lamimi, Lemimi, Eroy, Lepe, Kasem, Kasem Dagari, Gabani, and Enzima. These were the languages the Catholic mission reduced into writing. They were all using, all these languages are local languages. They are all local languages. So they reduce it into writing. And they combine the local language and L2 of their and the L2. So they combine the local language and the L2 for their schools, and they use it as medium of instruction. They use it as medium of instruction. So in the course of it, they translated the Bible into these languages. They translated the Bible into these languages. What Ghanaian language in their working areas was that it enhanced the understanding of the natives of the land. This brought about a great positive change in their work. A great positive change in their work. Okay, the next missionary that came to Ghana was the Basel mission. Basel mission. The Basel mission, now calling the Presbyterian Church. The Basel mission now refer to them as the Presbyterian Church. So these missionaries arrived in Gold Coast in 1828. 1828, that was when they arrived in Gold Coast. They arrived in Gold Coast, the Basel, or now called the Presbyterian Church. They arrived in Gold Coast in 1828. 1828. And unfortunately, all the first 4 missionaries died within 3-year period. And so they couldn't convert any of the local languages. However, it did not discourage them. It did not discourage them. So they came back, they sent other missionaries, and they came back in 1823. 1823. That was when they came back. And when they came, alongside their evangelical work, it did not take long for this mission to realize the importance of L1 in educating the native speakers. So the mission also, they had the natives as such. So in their catchment area, they stayed in Ghana and the Krapim area. They stayed in Ghana and the Krapim. So they reduced the Ghana and language, and then they Krapim 3 languages into writing. And they use it as the medium of instruction in their schools, because when they came, they established schools. They also established schools. Then we come to the Wesleyan mission, or the Methodist mission. The Wesleyan arrived in Gold Coast in 1823. 1835, sorry. The Wesleyan mission, or the Methodist people, arrived in Gold Coast in 1835. In 1835.
Hello, madam.
And yes,
Hello, madam.
yes.
Please, about the Presbyterian missionary, the second batch they came. Is it 1832 or 1823?
Yes, they came in 1832.
Yeah,
They
because
came
he
in
said
1832.
1823. That's okay.
No, they came in, sorry. It was 1832. Then the Wesleyan came in
1832. That's the second
1835.
missionary.
Yes.
Yes,
But the Wesleyan came in 1835.
yes, but the second missionary of Presbyterian, they came in 1832.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
They came in 1832.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay. So the Wesleyan, they settled in Central Region. They settled in Central Region. Janet.
Yes, madam. Madam, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Please, a bit confused over here. Please, you said that the Presbyterian, the Basel missionaries arrived in which year? First batch. The first batch, is it 1828?
1828.
And then the second batch?
The first batch, 1832.
Please, I'm a bit confused. So the first batch, you said 1828. And then the second batch?
Yes.
Which year?
1832. 1832. 32.
Thank you,
yes.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. So the Wesleyan, when they came in 1835. And they settled in the Central Region. As a matter of fact, the Wesleyan used L2 as medium of instruction for 43 years before they realized the importance of mother tongue-based bilingual medium of instruction. So the Wesleyan used the L2 as medium of instruction in their schools for 43 years. 43 years before they came into the realization of the importance of mother tongue-based bilingual medium of instruction. And so, because they were in the Fanti land, they reduced the Fanti into writing. They reduced Fanti into writing. By then, their counterpart, that the Presbyterian, has reduced Chi into writing. And the last one I want to look at with the missionaries is the Evangelical Presbyterian Mission. Evangelical Presbyterian Mission. They also came in and they arrived in Gold Coast in 1847. 1847. They stayed in Cape Coast but later left for Peking. They stayed in Cape Coast, but later they left for Peking in the Ewe land. And they went by the invitation of the then Togbe Kojote.
Madam,
He was then the, yes?
madam, can you please come again?
Which way?
The missionaries. The missionaries you're just talking about.
The Evangelical Presbyterian Missionary. The Evangelical.
Thank you.
They came
The
in
church.
18... Eh?
EP church, EP church,
They came in 1847.
Who you are?
They came in 1847. They stayed in Cape Coast but left for Peking in their land. They left because the then chief of Peking, the name is Togbe Kojote,
Joseph Ponyerero,
gave them invitation, and so they moved to Peking. Then later on, moved to Keta. Keita, because of ill health and tribal wars in Turkey, they moved to Keita. And like other missionaries or other missions discussed earlier, they also had provision of formal education in their evangelical work. They included it. And then they were also able to translate the Ewe language. Ewe language. And they did that in 1854. 1854. So they translated the Bible into the Ewe language. They translate it into the Ewe language. Now, the effect of the language policies used by the missionaries on
Madam, in
education. One,
18, Madam, the Bible, they translated the Bible into Ewe in
1854. So the effect of the language that they use, the effect, the use of it enhances when they use the mother tongue base, the L1, it enhances early acquisition of literacy in the L2. One, it's brought about great progress in learning because learners understood concepts easily. That is, in other words, we say that it's facilitated teaching and learning. Then most of the L1, the missionary reduced into writing became subject of study in the higher levels of education. And so we have some that are being studied abroad. You can study Akan and Ewe in abroad, outside the country. And then the country has literature on such languages. Learners became at least bilinguals and biliterate. They became bilinguals and biliterate. That is both in L1 and L2. And then during those era, L1 served as a question for certification in the teacher training colleges. Teacher training colleges. So that is about the missionaries. That is about the missionaries. First, what is it?
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Please, I want to know the reason why you use reduced instead of saying maybe they put the language into writing. Why reduce the language into writing? Thank you.
Not really, just a word. That is they translated it into writing, right? Into written language. Okay. Not that they reduce the vocabulary. No, that's not what I'm saying. It is like translating it into writing. You are speaking the language, but you didn't have the writing aspect. So when they came, as we were speaking the language, they translated into our language, right? They help us to write our language. Okay.
Hello, madam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on that. Does it mean they were able to understand it, decode it, and write it? That's why you're using the word reduce.
Yes, because they train some of our
Like,
people.
does it mean
They
they were
train some of
able
our
to?
people. They train some of our people
Yeah.
to understand them. And so they help them in writing our languages. When they speak our language, that if, like me being a Fancy, and I said a communism, it means in the English, I am hungry. So through that, they were able to translate, right? That was it. So once they were able to train some of us to understand them in the L2, those blacks that understood the L2 helped them in translating the language into writing, translating the L1 into writing. So that was what happened.
Yeah, I understand, but it's like your choice of word. Like you are using reduce. That's why I want to find out. Does
That's
it
why I
mean
said
that
it was the
they were
choice
able
of
to
words,
bring it
not
to
that
their
reduction.
level?
I
Okay,
said it was not meant
okay.
They did not read like we have just one meaning for it. That's why I say they didn't reduce as a cutting off some of them. No. That was what I read.
Yeah, I've now gotten it. And when you say redaction, I've gotten it.
Let
Redaction,
Madam be,
I've
okay.
gotten it.
Let Madam be, eh?
Oh, I've now gotten it too.
But I'm tired. I need to eat something. So we have some few that one I've added to the this thing that I will bring the slides. But there is something I want you to take note of before I go off. Some of the interventions. We can talk of NALAP. You know of NALAP. You know of NALAP and what it stands for. National Literacy Acceleration Program. You know of NALAP.
I mean,
So we have the NALAP people, which stands for the where are they? Where are they? Oh, where are they? They are missing. Oh, let's go and look for them. Then we have the SABA. We have the SABA. We have the SABA people. Then we have the learning intervention. Please go and look out for it. In the course of the this thing, let me
Please,
know
what about
because these things are already
compass?
there.
What about compass and DL?
Those things are they
Madam.
really meant for mother tongue based? I'm asking, are
Yes,
they really meant for mother tongue based? Okay,
the compass
so
and the
read
DL.
about it.
Okay.
Yes, read about it. Okay, read about it. And let's see. I have some headache. I need to go and take some medicines and then. Oh, then we have the translanguaging. Emmanuel, touch your hand is up. What is it?
Madam, please, I wanted to ask if you would give us areas with regards to the quizzes and exams.
Whenever we have discussed, that's why I've sent you the slide. So I will send this one to you. So we talked about translanguaging. Translanguaging refers to the flexibility use of the bilingual or multilingual repertoire. So the current pedagogy where learners or where language instructor used to ease learners' learning into the learning of a new language. Now, translanguaging emerged from the classroom. So when we talk about translanguaging, what do we mean? It is a situation where people can speak more than one language and use the languages they know as a resource to form a single language. To make meaning in their interlocution depending on the situation and interlocutors involved. So it is the ability of multilingual speakers to shuttle between languages, treating the diverse languages that form their repertoire as an integrated system. So translanguaging is different from code switching. Translanguaging is different from code switching. Most times, people include some educationists see translanguaging as the same as code switching. No, the two concepts are different in many ways. They are different in many ways, and there are differences between them. Now, the difference between translanguaging and code switching. Now, with translanguaging, we are saying that languages involved are treated as separate languages or double monolingual. In translanguaging, the resource of the language in question are part of the bilinguals or multilinguals. Now, the translanguaging, it refers simply to a shift or a shuttle between two or more languages, which is translanguaging refers to the construction and use of multilingual speakers' language repertoire to form a composite language to make meaningful discourse. So with translanguaging, it deals with the integration of the language to form just one language. So you have, like we have, you have an aspect of you are speaking let's say we have two languages that you know, then you pick one vocabulary from one language and go and pick another vocabulary from another language. You add it to make meaning. That is translanguaging. But with the code switching, you shift from one code or language to another, just as we did. I was speaking English, then all of a sudden I stopped and I started speaking Fanti. That is code switching. I've just shifted from one language to the other. But with the translanguage, no. You put the two, you integrate. There is an integration of languages to form just one language. An integration of languages to form one language for a meaning. So the linguistic concept, we see translanguaging emerge as a teaching pedagogy or linguistic practice or strategies teachers use to foster student comprehension. I hope it's clear. That is what I wanted to make you to understand before I find my way to go and then take some medicine. Joseph, your hand is up. Please speak.
Yeah, madam, before you take your medicine, there is this language that they mix the local language and the English that you
That is
speak.
translanguaging. That is
translanguaging. Yeah?
That is they mix it
Yeah,
up
it's
in what?
true, and they turn both upside down.
No, can you give us an example?
They turn it
before.
Yeah, like I can ask you, like Dabro Uwo
Give us
Gief.
example.
I'm giving you example. Dabro Uwo Gief. Like my brother, where are you going? Dabro
Which language is that?
Maybe that will be
Yes. So the English brother turn upside down. Dabro. And whoa, like where are you going? Here, where? Aha. So Dabro Uwo Gief. So can we say that one is also a trans language?
Okay, so let's find it.
They have combined Shi and English.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
we have this one you
Okay.
have to take note of. We have the signs and its types. Signs and its types. Now, the meaning of signs. Well, so we have signs as in SIGN. When we talk about science and it comes to object, action, event, or pattern that conveys meaning. Action
Please, madam, we can't hear you.
Madam, you are gone. Oh, your network.
One powerful. Madam will beat you pair.
Oh, oh. Don't you know that I have precious one? No, she won't do anything.
Madam will beat you by
They don't
all
like
means.
me more.
You are fortunate that she's not having a kid with her.
No, no. What for? You see, when you talk, she like it too. She wants you to talk, so she like me very well.
Maybe she'll come back. Cost rep, are you there?
He's sleeping.
Well, go sorry.
Michael,
Today it seems you are very, very down.
I've not been very active for the past 2 weeks.
Officer,
Why is your wife pregnant?
officer.
But not necessarily so, but it's like I've not been son at all.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You know, like you know the.
You
Joseph,
shall
I
be
did
well, eh?
around, no, Charlie.
Oh, you don't have money.
Oh, anyway, not that much, mom.
Okay.
is not well.
You shall be well, eh?
Yo, thank you, bro. But is Madam going to give us some areas or what?
She has to.
Because if she doesn't, then
Mo
it will be something.
mo pre. Eti madam can't just all my areas. Tie ni ye, tie adi ye.
I'm of way Oboja ye.
Is Nancy around? Nancy, please check on Madam for us, please.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Please, those of you leaving the platform, we've asked Nancy to check on Madam for us. So please come back. Yeah.
Mbacho Madam Janet Omayo na Mbacho ba confirm ni nhwe de esi.
We asked Nancy to check on Madam for us. So let's have some patience.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
Please.
Nancy.
Mm,
Nancy, go ahead.
Yes. Madam said she was having some headache, slight headache. That's why she said she wanted to take her medication.
Oh,
But
okay.
because we were not hearing her. And then people were just saying, we can't hear you, we can't hear you. So she have to drop and take the medication. So she's asking if we can take 30 minutes, then we will be done with it, or we can get 1 hour somewhere else for her. another day. So it's left with us to decide. She said she'll be waiting for me to give her the feedback.
Okay, then colleagues, that is it. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think since the network is not favoring us and she's also not feeling very well, this is my singular opinion that let's create that 1 hour somewhere for her and then give her the feedback so that when it is that day, we can also make ourselves available and then meet her. So this is my opinion.
I think I also support you 100%. So let's schedule a day for her to probably finalize everything for us.
So please, when would that day be? Would it be? Sometimes I know people have classes, even though if you also have some classes somewhere within the week. But let's know this one is a general one. So let's at least make a day out for her, just a day. Let's make a day for her out for it.
Hello.
Either Thursday or
Hello. Please, Friday.
Hello.
Friday will be holiday. Friday will be holiday. So I suggest we'll fix it on Friday.
Please, Friday is not holiday. We
Friday
don't
is not
want
a
to
holiday.
speak.
We'll be
It's
going
not
for the
holiday. Oh,
training.
it's CPD
Going
day. It's
to
not
school
holiday.
for the CPD. So if it's in the evening, fine. But in the morning, I don't think it will favor us because we'll be going
I
Morning
in
think
the
day
period
is not
I
favor. We will be going for
yeah,
CPD.
money wouldn't help. So I suggest we make it in the evening.
I
yes.
think
If
tomorrow,
Okay, so won't it
8
be better
o'clock.
if we go on Thursday? Won't it be better
Hey,
if we
teachers.
meet Madam on Thursday? I
hello,
am asking this question because hello, please, let me come in
Okay, you
before.
finish. Yeah.
I'm thinking about a Thursday because you see the Friday we are definitely going to learn over there. So if the whole day we are there learning, I know my district we go and then do the CPD is learning throughout. And so if we go there and learn, and then in the evening we have come to Madam's class, you realize that because the brain is tired, we will not be that active. That's what I think because I know Thursday is not a holiday for us at living in my district here.
okay,
So
then I also support
the
it
Thursday
should be
will not be bad.
Thursday evening.
Okay.
Okay,
Please,
Thursday
what
evening.
about tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
At what
Madam,
time?
Is tomorrow not a holiday?
yes, we
Tomorrow is a
already
holiday.
planned
So
our
for me,
activities
Auntie
Let's make
Nancy.
because
tomorrow evening.
No.
Pardon me.
Auntie Nancy. What time?
Evening.
Thursday
ma,
time are we meeting?
Okay.
What
Thursday.
time are we meeting?
Since she
Thursday.
said 1
Thursday,
hour,
yes,
we can just start 7 o'clock and
yes,
end 8 o'clock.
Thursday, 6 to
Thursday.
7.
Nancy, tell her Thursday. Thursday, we are all Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes,
Thursday.
Thursday, 7 o'clock,
Yes,
7
please.
in the
Yes,
evening.
7 in the evening.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
Yeah.
you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Maybe 1 hour.
All
Yes,
right,
1 hour.
yes, she said 1
1
hour.
hour. Yeah. Bye
Maybe with
bye.
that, she'll help us with maybe whatever she's
Please,
bringing
Thursday
Yeah,
what time?
yeah,
as
Thursday
the
what
yeah,
exam
time?
yeah.
to
We are
be
saying
settled.
7 o'clock in the evening.
About the slide.
Yes.
Remind her about the
Yes, the slide she promised to give us.
slide. Thank you.
Brasserie, but
Hello.
you work on that on the on the reps platform for us.
No problem. No
Yeah,
problem. I
thank
will do
you.
that. You're welcome, my dear.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
Is that
Hey,
sorry?
every day we complete this very course, Charlie.
We will sleep till the next day.
Maybe because I'm a farmer, dear. Did me sleepless night, my brother. Echena, I'm going to bush. Na me dey say me ho yɛ kakra.
As I hope it's Kakwa.
My brother, me say. Eh, na dem ni ya. The whole family
Yeah,
back. Adwuma do so wo me so. Nti no.
what bra
I
home
was
you
say
bra?
my pep I by day for bi no ma nyame ado a cha me do amokona. Amokwa bua me akra.
Ebefa, aye.
Oh my brother, a bit far. Oh.
And the Missia Missia P.
You me so sana me sia
You were kind of bro for
atiamo.
saying.
I am sorry. Christmas.
And the kind of bro
Any Miss see I bet it's okay.
kind of bro from, and English D.
Okay, I greet you. I greet you.
I was here for your partner.
Hello, Busia Pacha. I don't know. Sorry. I know. Hello. Hello, Crossway. Hello.
Madam, the number view.
Oh, okay. Now answer the why
Number
do
Matter say almost say ya restored the class na ko say Thursday and you 7 to 8. Sana.
you?
Yes, madam so na home fan kaka.
Me ba che. That's it.
They are the Thursday.
Me ba che. Me that's